let my people go. Pharaoh, let my people go. Hey everybody, it's Dan Lapidow. Just want to talk a little bit about Pesach. Tomorrow, Friday night is Pesach, the first Seder, Passover, if you don't get my Jewish talking. I want to talk a little bit about Passover real quick. Two things happened to me over the past couple of days that made me reflect on Passover, Pesach. One thing was I was talking to a friend of mine, someone on campus, non-Jew. That's about Passover. So I explained the general story, the basic story, the Ten Commandments, Charlton Heston story. And I was talking to her, and she said to me, well, why do you do it every year, why do you do this thing? Because obviously we're not in hard bondage anymore in Egypt. No, Baruch Hashem took us out of Egypt. Israel's a flight. It's a flight away. We were brought out of Egypt to the Promised Land, and we were in Israel. People are living in Israel, and she said, "There's not really, you're not in slavery anymore." And I said, "No, we're not in slavery anymore." But I could remember that this happened. I thought a little bit more about it, and I said, "No, we still are in slavery. Just because we're not in Egypt and no one's whipping us and telling us to build pyramids, we're still in slavery. There's things. It is never harder before to be a Jew. Well, there's been hard times to be a Jew, but now it's hard because there's so much stuff out there stopping us from being a Jew. It's hard to be a Jew. There's this, especially on Passover. I go to TCNJ, the college in New Jersey. There's very little things you can eat there on Passover that you can't avoid bread. You can't really. It's hard to avoid bread. But we're still in slavery in a way. There's so much that is stopping us from performing mitzvahs, and doing things that are right in the world. Even your cell phone is keeping you in bondage. That technology in your pocket. My phone's right here, and I look at it all the time. I'm guilty of it. So we have to think, and during this time of Passover, it's time to reflect. What am I doing that I can do better? And it's just in part of the story of Passover. Moshe Rabbeinu is in the desert, and he sees the burning bush, and Hashem comes to him and Hashem tells him to go to Egypt and say, Pharaoh, let my people go. And what does Moses say? Who am I to do this? Moses says, I'm just nobody. And the same feeling we get about doing good things. It doesn't have to be something godly. It doesn't have to be like putting tefillin on every day of your guy and doing things like lighting on candles of your girl. But it's simple things like, what can I do? It doesn't be, to people watching this video, it doesn't be a godly purpose, Not just a godly, it helps with the godly purpose, but out there, I made a video about Yom Kippur a while back, and I got some feedback like, oh, we're doing, religious stuff. But it can be, helping that old lady across the street, or talking to that friend who's in a bad time. What can we do to make this world a better place? And it is important to think back and say, what have I done that is in the way? What has stopped me from doing it? My own selfish needs. Oh, the game was on. I didn't have time to stop and do it. We have to think of these material things and say, this is more. We have to think of material things and say, this is more important. We have to do this to help our fellow person and to connect to the greater things. So this is my little spiel on that. The second thing I want to talk about was I was talking to my rabbi the other day. We're talking, messaging each other. And he said to me, I said to him, at the end of the story, I said, next year in Jerusalem. Next year in Jerusalem. And he said, you corrected me. Not next year in Jerusalem. Every Passover Seder at the end we say, next year in Jerusalem. We want to have this Passover in Jerusalem next year. And he corrected me. Not next year. This year. This year in Jerusalem. May this Passover be the last Passover we say we have out of the homeland of Jerusalem. May Mashiach come this year. Today, tomorrow. He will come soon. And we will have our next Seder in Jerusalem. We will have it in the homeland. I just want to give a little spiel. I felt like saying this today. I was talking to people about it. And this is my little spiel on Passover, Pesach. Have a wonderful Pesach on my Jews out there. Happy Good Friday and Easter to my Gentiles, my Goyish friends. And just have a happy day. Have a happy week. And we'll see you soon.